Load management. Are you kidding me? I just, I've been hearing this word tossed around for the past couple of years. And it's an offshoot of modern sports science that it protects a player when they're most, I guess, vulnerable to injury. And so they need protection. So they get time off while others still have to play. Seriously, in the NBA. And they have it where there's rules that are like some of the TV networks. You can't load manage some of your star players if you're going to be playing on TV or in games. But if it's not a televised TV and you're not playing a team that is not as talented, then your superstar gets a break because they just played 9 games in a 2-week stretch. Really? That's where we are now in the NBA. It wasn't like if you saw The Last Dance, Rodman just wanted to party because he didn't want to go to practice. And Rodman wanted to go to Vegas for the weekend because he needed a break. He wasn't trying to miss any games. In fact, if you saw The Last Dance, Rodman, who was out partying, and Michael Jordan had to go get him from Carmen Electra's room. When they went down to practice, they were running something like a train line, and Rodman was in front, and every time somebody passed him up, they had to do another one. And it ended up where Rodman ran and nobody could catch him. So the rest of the team was tired and he wasn't. My point being is these guys get this load management stuff and they stay hurt throughout the season anyway. It's like Kevin Durant is out. An MCL tear or something. Paul George's elbow. Kawhi Leonard, his ACL. Anthony Davis, who's in and out of lineups, is a wrist problem. Rudy Gobert has a calf, and who's the guy? Donovan Mitchell, a concussion protocol. Jimmy Butler, his big toes hurt. I could go on and on with these guys. John Wall and Zion Williamson and Derrick Rose, injuries plague them their entire careers. The short careers Zion and John Wall has. Derrick Rose had early success. It goes on, and LeBron and Westbrook have knee problems, but to their credit, they haven't been injured for the most part. LeBron had load management, I guess, a couple of times in his career, and I'm not going to say it's well deserved, but with this sports science and what they're doing now, it's just new. And they got so much technology to take care of these guys physically and their health. And I just wonder, why are you guys getting hurt so much? Draymond Green has a back problem. Kyle Lowry, D'Angelo Russell, Pat Beverly, Iguodala has a hip problem, and Damian Lillard has a core problem. These are guys that are prominent names that are in the game that can't play. You start to wonder, is it because they want a break? Because as you see above, Willis Reed, who came back in Game 7 when the Knicks were playing, he had to guard Wilt Chamberlain, one of the best scorers of all time, hobbling on one leg. You see the flu game up there. Isaiah Thomas scored 43 points on one leg, on a bad ankle. 25 points in a quarter. And Pippen, say what you want to say about him, but his back was killing him in those finals. And it's guys like, Doc and Moses Malone and Bird and Mikal and Pierce, those guys played through 82 games. There's no load management. None. But these guys get their baby toes hurt and they can't walk. Dr. J played in those All-Star Converse. Didn't have much support. Even Jordan, when the Jordan 1s came out and he played, he tried to play them again. And I think in later on in his career, he tried to play in them when he came back from retirement that second time, and he played in the Garden with him. He took his shoes off. His feet were bleeding. That's how bad the shoes were back then. But they played in them. These guys with this load management, it's new to me. It reminded me when they started bringing third down backs in and slot receivers. Back in the day it was, one running back, a fullback, and a tailback. They both did everything, and you didn't have this slot guy. You had a tight end or two tight ends. But I'm sticking with basketball, and that's just my rant. I'm not with this load management. If you're paid to play a full 82 games, you play the 82 games. I think it was the late, great Kobe Bryant. They tried to tell him about load management, and he says kids come to they pay good money to come watch him play. And so he's going to give it his all every night. I think Popovich started that load management stuff, sitting guys on the bench, and they're not playing teams that are up to their caliber, so there's no need for Tim Duncan and Ginobili and Parker to play, so they're sitting down in street clothes for no good reason at all. And you look at the history of this, Kawhi Leonard, who played for Popovich, they had a rift because Kawhi said, I'm not playing. I'm hurt. Sat out the whole season. Big, giant chess match. And he goes to the Raptors and get a ring. And it's kind of like what Antonio Brown was doing, not wanting to go in the game and challenging the authority. And that's what it is now with sports. And that's what load management is. It's give guys a night off. I'd like to wonder what police officers and firemen and teachers that are doing things for this great nation think about load management. This is a Waters Rant.